India is going to be the youngest country in the world in 2020. Average age is going to be 27. And these are the youngsters or the millennials who are already been born with the internet launched in 1992, around that time. They are very comfortable with technology, with their mobile phones, and their first go-to is their mobile phone for information, shopping, or any news or anything like that. Brands and institutions like ourselves and many others will have to be able to provide the millennials a lot of information and clarity. Right now, there is a lot of confusion out there, a lot of clutter in Google searches and other information. But once they come to our websites, they has to have clarity of information and convey the information and thoughts to them very easily. They are both an online and offline generation. From the reports I've been reading, average spends for e-commerce, except for mobile phones, which could be between the say 28,000 right to 70,000 plus, is maximum to about 3 to 4,000 rupees. So unless they are sure of the brand or the e-commerce site, they don't want to really go out and splurge. And then a lot of millennials tend to visit the retail outlets, touch, feel the product, and compare prices. And if the retail outlet is selling it more than what is available on e-commerce, they have no qualms to order it there and there and walk out of the retail outlet. I think it is definitely the internet, the speed. We are now at the cusp of the 5G technology speed of in the internet. We have more than 96 crore mobile phones in the country. Phones are available from 1500, 1800. There is a second market and the third market. So everyone has a mobile phone, and they are trying to get connected with people, with information, with brands very easily. So it's the mobile and the internet generation. I think it's always the better idea backed with technology. Just technology. Sometimes I see demonstrations of technology so complicated. So user interface, UI as we call it, has to be very simple and easy to use. So I think that's changing constantly in the market. If you're close to your prospects, to your clients, to your customers, it always helps, and taking feedback. So that's an important point. Customer experiences. I've ordered a lot of products online. If the product is not available even on international e-commerce, uh, when you get your money back in your bank account, they promise you in 3 and 4 weeks, and it doesn't happen. So these are some of the disenchanting things with e-commerce. There's no clarity where the processes are, and there's no person who's accountable over there. Whereas in hardcore brick and mortar retail, there is a touch and feel. You can walk into a store or to an experience center, have communication. Today, all our stores, 120 stores, have tablets and very easy access of information. So that makes it sense. Omni-channel is a buzzword, but people may communicate from their home, office. They may walk into a store, and you have to have one horizon or one look at that particular client. Expectations are constantly changing. Few basics will not change. Is that people want awesome products, high technology at reasonable or affordable prices. I would not use the word cheap. And they don't know what to do with the product or the brand which they had, which is of no use to them. So replacements, buyback schemes always help, because that declutters their homes and offices, and they can always go for the latest technology, for the latest model. I come from the old school of marketing, where we used to make 3 years and 5 year plans. I think you cannot plan more than 3 weeks and 5 weeks now. Constantly things are changing. reading 2 and 3 newspapers in a day. I'm of the old school, but the new generation, the millennial or Gen Z, is reading news in shorts and things like that. Uh, they believe more on reviews, what they read online, which are impartial. In the old generation, we would ask our neighbors, family, and friends for suggestions or recommendations. But Indians are traveling so much. People are in one location for not more than 11 and 22, 33 months and then relocating. So a person could be in Delhi and then is now in Ahmedabad or in Bangalore or Chennai. There are 450 cities in India. People talk only about 12 or 15 cities, but there are 450 cities. So constantly adapting to the customers of what they want and what they want to experience is a key differentiator. Branding cannot be built overnight. It's done brick by brick, step by step. We are 142-year-old institution with 120 branches. It has taken us more than 3 generations to build this institution, Lawrence and Mayo. And there are many brands who have been financed and got huge market coverage, or their name is easily understood, but that is not converting into sales. So many of those e-commerce sites are now actually putting brick and mortar retail stores so that people can walk into their stores. So it may be you may have a brand name which is top of the mind, but is your sales register or ringing, and is it making an impact on day-to-day sales? That is a big question mark. No, that's definitely one size does not fit. It's a word I invented in 1992 called nukkad marketing, which we call hyper local today. I think India changes every 10 kilometers. A market in Mumbai, in South Mumbai, is very different from a Nanderi, Lokhandwala, is different from Thane. In Bangalore, you see a Koramangala market, pretty different from Jayanagar or any other market. So understanding the brands which we keep in all the 120 Lawrence Mayo stores is not the same. The teams come down individually and they choose the brands. There will be, I would say, 60% common brands, but the balance 40 is tailor made to the individual tastes, likes and dislikes of the geographical area, which is about 7 to 10 kilometers radius. So one size fits it all does not work. I've learned this from Shopper Stop, where Shopper Stop every 5-7 kilometers has another Shopper Stop, and they are trying to keep different merchandise, different clothes, apparels, depending on the geographical locations. I see a huge movement, a citizen movement started every area. You don't see it so much in Bangalore, but in Mumbai, every locality. I love Bandra, or I love Ghatkopar, or I love Vashi. A lot of signages have come up, and that is the first indication for a marketer like me, is to realize that people are already thinking locally, behaving locally, and acting locally, and they want to know about the brands in their locality. What are the brands doing for them to enhance the value of living or the quality of life they are experiencing? So it's like even your garbage from is it being recycled, is dry waste, wet waste being done, is your brand just dumping its waste on the footpath in the early morning? So everyone has to be a social citizen. Every brand has to be very conscious locally how they contribute, and has to be a part of the process to improve the living of the population in that locality. We are present in the north, east, west, and south and central part of India. As I said, we don't generalize. We listen, constantly listening to our clients. We don't call them customers, we call them clients, because we've got a deep relationship built over years and decades with them. And within families, the way the son and daughter behave compared to their parents and grandparents. We have 3 generations from one family, and the type of brands or products which they want are totally different. Between the north and south market, north people used to go for more flashy and more international brands, but that's changing. A lot of North Indians are now working in the south part of India, and vice versa. A lot of South Indian people are working. Indians are going to be in the year 2030, after the Chinese and Japanese, the most traveled race throughout the world. And in 2050, every sixth person is going to be of Indian origin. So this north-south divide is definitely, I think, obliterating and going away. And people, the work culture and work ethic in the south is far better. When people say 10 o'clock, they mean 10 o'clock, and that is definitely having a positive impact, because people are traveling abroad, they're seeing the work culture, living culture, the ethics of foreign countries, and they are trying to imbibe. We Indians are very good in learning and copying and imbibing those cultures in our day-to-day life. South market, I will take one particular community, the Tamil community. If they love your brand for at least 3 or 4 generations, they will continue to patronize your brand. There's a huge brand loyalty to it, and because I travel and meet so many of our clients across the country, and going to their houses, offices, and in the neighborhood, and a lot of our direct marketing activities. So, whereas in the north, we've had branches in Lucknow, Allahabad, Amritsar, and all. People tend to have only a few names in the top of their mind. They are more of an electronic and WhatsApp media. They read less of newspapers, magazines, and books. Not, it's not a generalization. So there are challenges. People in the south states read much more, and the intelligentsia of them is pretty higher. But that is changing with, I think, a lot of teams and corporates are cross-functional teams and cross community teams. So you get the best of both worlds. The north people are more enterprising, got entrepreneurial skills in them. So it's a mixture of intelligence and entrepreneurship. I was at a seminar recently where Mahindra and Mahindra, it's a huge company. Their technology officer was talking about the last 4 years, what they are doing in their company to keep up or keep abreast with the word digital in all aspects. It's like offices going paperless, everything on our servers, information easily on your tablet or on your smartphone. So digital is going to be a big word. Breaking news has now become irritating news. People want content which they love and they want to digest, depending on their interest and their hobbies. Within Lawrence and Mew, we have got a large marketing team. It's got a mixture of different age groups. I may be the oldest there in the team, but we are very nimble footed. Many brands don't last for 142 years. Whatever changes we see in the international market as well as in the national market, and then we are hyper local or nukkad marketing, we are constantly adjusting our marketing plans and strategies to that. So there's a lot of decentralization within our group. We take decisions within 3 hours to maximum of 3 days, and we are able to change things and move. I think today's hot brand is minimalistic, cool, and what is that brand doing back for Mother Earth, or as a good corporate citizen? So millennials are very concerned about that. Is this a particular brand or company polluting the environment? Then I don't want to buy from it. I don't want to be associated with it. But if this brand is got high integrity, high corporate governance, this is a brand I would like to be associated with. It is not robbed its suppliers, it's not cheated its customers, it's not cheating us where the environment is concerned. So millennials are really pushing the envelope where that is concerned, and every brand has to be not just preaching corporate governance, but their DNA of their everyday work culture will have to be practicing it and showcasing it. There's a huge shift in my watching habits. So today Netflix takes up a lot of my time watching normal television. Al Jazeera is one channel which I always go for authentic news. So people are basically, the campaigns which I watch, ad campaigns, are on Facebook. Very interesting campaigns where you can put up a website in say 15 or 20 minutes, or you could video edit yourself. So I think some of the Facebook ads which have come out, unfortunately none of them are Indian brands, are very innovative, and they get an immediate sign up, where you can sign up, and because it's on a SaaS model where you may pay $18 or $20 a month, but you can participate very easily in that. Of course, there's a caveat. Some of these brands take your money for the whole year, and if you forget to not register, to break your registration, it's not very easy. So I want companies, and including our company, to be very transparent in their dealings with the public. And if you don't want a particular brand, you should be able to step out or to return it back, no quibbles asked. So that transparency will really help the entire ecosystem.